Hey guys, I hope that you guys are doing amazing wherever you are in the world. My name is Shikha and I welcome you to my channel. I welcome you to all the different videos I've been doing. I hope that you guys are learning specifically from these videos, and if you guys have any questions at all, please message me anytime. In this video, I want to speak to you guys about how INFJs have the potential, and just the potential, to be extreme manipulators. We're really good at figuring people out, obviously. You know, we have this introverted intuition that kind of gathers information from the outside in. And we look at the world and we're able to figure people out. We're able to figure their personalities and their interests and their traits pretty quickly. It's like a pretty much subconscious thing. You know, we'll be walking through the world and we'll notice someone will say, oh, you know what, I think this person has this trait. Or we'll walk through another part of the world and we'll see something and we'll say, I think that couple's fighting, or things like that. You know, we'll be able to tell sometimes intimate details about people that you're thinking to yourself, how did I even know this thing? I have no idea, but I do, right? I've done videos on this previously, so I'm not going to speak specifically about intuition or about how we gather information. But I want to speak about the other side of the equation of how, and Eliza, one of the viewers, actually asked this question about manipulation. That's the reason I started doing this video. She asked if we could be good manipulators, and I said, yeah, of course. But we try not to use our strengths in a negative manner. You know, we don't want to use it for bad. We want to use it for good. But the reason I think we can be very good manipulators, again, is because we can gather so much information, a lot of information about individuals, about situations, about organizations in a very short period of time. And then we can use that information to our advantage or to our disadvantage, whatever it might be. We can use it in a certain manner. Now, manipulation is basically about information, I think. You can only manipulate a situation if you have a lot of information about it, right? And so as an INFJ, we have, as I said, the potential, and only the potential. I say only potential because we don't necessarily, as I said, like to use our powers for bad, for evil. We want to use it for good. And so when we move through the world, whenever I specifically get information about a specific person, and I know that's negative in a certain way, and I know that I could use it against them, of course, I would never, ever do that to that individual. Like, there's no way ever that I would gather any information, either consciously or subconsciously, and use that information against that individual. It's just that thought about, you know, actually using it or manipulating that person with that information never ever comes into my mind, except for one situation. When I think that the information can actually help the person grow in some way or become a better individual, or maybe I can help them, pull them into to level up or to become a little bit more spiritually enlightened or anything like that, you know, kind of pulling into a positive direction. If that's the possibility, if I can do that, if I can use that information to help them become better versions of themselves, then maybe I would actually consider using that information to do that, right? But the only time I would ever, as an INFJ, as an individual, as a human being, look at an individual or look at a person in front of me and think, okay, you know what, I know something about you and I'm going to use it to manipulate you. But only if it's good for you. Only if it's going to be good for you. I'm not going to manipulate you unless I think it's something that's important and something that could help you grow as an individual. Like, that's the only reason I would ever do that. Now, the problem with INFJs and manipulation and information is that a lot of people want to use us for that talent. And this has happened to me so many times in the past, and this is a reason why I'm really careful of letting people know the information that I have. One of the things that I absolutely despise when people do is gossip. But I notice that a lot of times what people are doing with INFJs or with me specifically they're not necessarily gossiping as much as prodding me for information. They know somehow that I know something about a person, about a situation, and they're always prodding me for information. They're like, you know, do you know anything about this, or do you know anything about that? And they're always asking me for information, or they're always asking me to give them information that perhaps I just don't have the right to give. For example, if someone comes to us and shares their secret with us, there is no way in hell we would ever share that secret with someone else, right? Obviously, that's a common sense thing. It's a human thing. It's the basic essence of humanity. You know, you're not gonna, if someone comes and shares a secret with you, unless they're sharing a secret that they're gonna kill someone, or if someone's at harm, but that's probably not going to happen. If someone's sharing a really deep, dark secret with you, you're not going to share it with the entire universe. You're not going to go around and telling people, oh, you know what, she had an abortion when she was 17 or something like that. That's not going to happen, right? But what happens is, because people know, and this is the thing about INFJs, we're very open, transparent individuals. And so sometimes I'll be talking to someone, I'll be like, you know what, this person just told me something really deep and dark about them, and I feel really uncomfortable that they share that with me. Now, of course, I would never share what they told me, right? But I'm always kind of like, I'm always surprised. I'm always really, really baffled when people come up to me, strangers sometimes, or people that I've met maybe once or twice, and they'll come up to me, and because of our energy or our trustworthiness or whatever it is, people will come and tell us their entire life story and also really dark secrets that perhaps they've never told anyone else, right? Happens to us all the time. This is something that is a commonality between INFJs. Every INFJ will have this happen to them, either at a bus stop or in a subway station. People will come up to us in a park or at a harbor front and tell us, oh, my wife left me because blah, 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 blah. And I think to myself, oh my God, I just met you. Why are you telling me this, right? Now, it's all right if it's strangers, because you'll meet them once and they'll tell you the story, they'll vent, they'll get it out of their system, and then they'll walk away and you'll never see them again. But for people that you know, and this happens to me a lot, where I have been told certain secrets or certain things about a certain person, and other people know perhaps that, I am that kind of person. People know around us as INFJs, they know that people share their stories or their secrets with us. It's just something that's it's a well-known fact of some sort. And so people know that we know things that perhaps they don't know, right? And as gossipers, or as people in general, people are curious. People want to know things about other people. I always get these individuals asking me, so did you hear anything about this person? And I think to myself, yes. I've heard loads of things about this person, but of course I'm never going to share that with you. But the problem is these people, they'll either try to emotionally blackmail us, or they're like, oh no, I thought we were friends, I thought you were going to share something with me. Or what they do, and this happens a lot to me, is that they'll share something about that person or about someone else that's really, really deep and dark, something that no one should really know and no one should really be talking about. And they'll share that in the hopes that, oh, I told you something really deep and dark about someone else. It's your turn to share something deep and dark about that person, kind of thing. Kind of like a manipulation themselves. At that point, I'm obviously not going to share things with this person, but obviously I always get this kind of sense where I think to myself, really, should I really be friends with an individual like that who gossips about other people behind their back? Because doesn't that mean that it absolutely means that they're gossiping about me behind my back? They're going to other people and saying, oh, you know what, I heard this about this person. And it always makes me feel like, I don't think I can share anything with this individual anymore, because they're going to share everything that I tell them with the entire universe. Now, back to manipulation and back to INFJs manipulating others. I think that's the essence of it, is that, we will never really manipulate someone unless we feel that it is necessary for their personal growth, for their spiritual growth, or something akin to that, something related to that. Because we just don't like the idea that we use someone else's secrets or someone else's stories or someone else's ideas or anything like that against them in a manipulative way, in a negative way. Manipulation always sounds very negative to me. I don't think I would call helping someone grow or helping someone become a better individual manipulation. I think I would call them teaching or advising or something positive. Counseling, maybe. That's what we are, like we're counselors. So I would call that counseling. Manipulation is, of course, the other side of the coin. It's completely negative. And manipulation happens when you're trying to put someone down or put someone in their place or make yourself feel better or make yourself feel like you are better than that individual in a certain manner. That is when manipulation comes into the story, right? And so there's two different sides of the picture. And I really want you guys to be careful, because I don't want you guys to stop helping people or counseling people to help them become a better version of themselves. That's not manipulation, That is not manipulation. But yes, manipulating when you're trying to put them down or put them in their place or negatively impacting them in some way, that is definitely manipulation. But that's something that I don't think INFJs would necessarily do. I don't feel like that's something we don't have the time for it, we don't have the energy for it, and we really don't have the mental space or the physical space for it. I don't care about that stuff. I have other things to do with my life and my time rather than manipulating other people to do negative things. There's a lot of negativity on this planet already. Why would I add to that? That's not one of my purposes on this planet, right? I hope this makes sense to you guys. I just wanted to share my opinions and thoughts on manipulation and on counseling. If you guys have any specific questions about this subject or about anything else that I've spoken about or anything else that I haven't spoken about, please let me know. All my contact information is in the description below, or you can just comment below. I look forward to hearing from you guys. Again, I shall see you guys the next time around. Bye for now.